Hey everyone, my name is Sean Cecil from the Oculus Institute. And today, I'm going to teach you how to not be a victim of enthusiastic dabbling. Okay, so again, I just threw out a phrase there that, a lot of people may be wondering about, which is enthusiastic dabbling. What is that? First off, just so you guys can understand the concept, this is something that stops most people who get interested in personal development. They end up falling into the trap of enthusiastic dabbling, and then they'll make a little bit of progress, and then they'll just hit a block, right? And whatever big goal they're actually trying to achieve is always going to be just right outside their reach, right? Because they're caught in this loop. So let's talk about what it is, how it comes to be, and how you can break it. Dabbling is when you're paying attention to something, you're interested in it, but you're not actually fully committed, right? Now, you would think that enthusiastic dabbling would be an oxymoron, right? Like, how can somebody be so enthusiastic and not be committed? But in reality, it's a thing. And what happens is because somebody will get interested in something, they'll want to fix something, and they'll get really enthusiastic because they really want to fix it. And then they'll start learning everything they can about it, and they'll try to gather all this information, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing that they really need to do, once they've gathered that information and done their learning, the thing that they really need to do to fix it is something that they really don't want to do, or that some part of their mind doesn't really want to do. And so what happens is, deep down they know that if they want to move forward on this road, they have to get past this particular roadblock. But confronting that roadblock, that's scary. So what they'll do is they'll take all that energy and they'll just redirect it towards all the stuff that comes before the roadblock. So even though they, for example, this is something you'll see where, if somebody's building a business, for example, right, they know that the next thing they need to do is they need to actually go sell somebody and get a client. But selling is scary. So instead, they'll read 20 books on marketing and sales, and they'll try 15 different coaches who are going to help them with some special method that doesn't involve them actually having to, go demonstrate confidence. And then those end up being, a bust, because that's generally not how things work, right? And so then they'll just keep going in this loop of all this stuff, and they'll put so much energy, right, into so much enthusiasm into all this learning and this theory and these things that aren't really the real problem, and their mind will get distracted and they'll get so excited about this thing or that thing that doesn't really make a difference. And this one block that's sitting there that they really need to get past is the thing that gets left unaddressed. And because they don't have the commitment to truly face this block, they're still dabbling, right? Someone who's not dabbling, someone who's committed, is going to do whatever it takes, right? An enthusiastic dabbler is someone who says, hey, I'll do whatever it takes as long as it's not that. And that doesn't work out so well, right? And so what you really want to be looking at, right, to prevent yourself from falling into this trap, right? Obviously, you must be interested in personal development, or you wouldn't be watching a video from a guy talking about personal development, right? Is to get clear on what it is that you really want. You want to get clear on, what is the single most important thing to do to get there. And then you don't save that for last after you've done everything else. You do that first, right? The analogy that I like to say is, hey, listen, if you want to travel from one continent to another, back in the old days before they had planes, many people, they don't even set out on the journey. They stay home. Now, some people will go to the dock and they'll sit there in the port and they'll talk about how they're going to travel across the ocean to this other place, and they'll plan out, hey, this is what I'm going to need and this is what I'm going to do when I get there, and blah, 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 and they won't get on the ship. Those are the dabblers. And some of them can be very enthusiastic dabblers, right? But if you really want to get to the other side of the ocean, you got to get on the boat. And once you get on the boat, that's a risk. There's no going back. Ship ain't coming back. You're on the road. And if you're really committed, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to get on the boat. So find that thing, find that block, that risk, that thing you're scared of, whatever it is, right? And do it. That's how you go from being a dabbler to being committed. And once you do that once, you're on the boat now. You've already put in that commitment. And Cialdini's principle of consistency, right, which is a psychological concept that your past actions help shape your future actions, will then make it easier to make that commitment again going forward. And every time you do, it's going to get easier and easier and easier. And soon enough, you're going to find that you're no longer a dabbler. You're going to find that you're all in. And when you're all in, that's when the world starts to change. I don't know why it is, but for whatever reason, chance, luck, etc., fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors people who are all in. Fortune does not favor dabblers. So make your choice. And don't get caught up in this false polarization of being really enthusiastic learning and trying and all these things that don't matter, but actually not being fully committed when it comes time to get past that one block. Because at the end of the day, that block matters more than all of this other stuff. So best of luck. Time to set sail. Before you go, I've got a free gift for you. So if you found this video valuable, if it helped you see the world in a new way, and you're interested in building a career that's going to bring you both personal fulfillment and financial prosperity, then I've got a free presentation for you to help you do just that. So if you go to the link below, it's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. That's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. Then it'll take you to a registration for a free presentation. It's about 50 minutes long, that's 50, and it's gonna give you the step-by-step process to building your dream career. See you there.